What makes an actor truly legendary? Is it the number of awards they've won, the unforgettable characters they've played, or their ability to transform completely with every role? In the world of cinema, Meryl Streep stands in a league of her own. With an astounding 21 Oscar nominations, she is more than just an actress. She is a storyteller, a chameleon, and a force of nature on screen. From the heart-wrenching tragedy of Sophie Zolostowski in Sophie's Choice to the icy command of Miranda Priestley in The Devil Wears Prada, Streep has brought to life some of the most memorable characters in film history. Her career is a masterclass in emotional depth, spanning from the passionate romance of The Bridges of Madison County to the courageous activism of Silkwood. She has seamlessly shifted between dramas, musicals, and comedies, proving that no role is beyond her reach. But what truly sets her apart is her rare ability to disappear into each character, making every performance an unforgettable experience. Join us as we explore the extraordinary career of Meryl Streep, a woman who has redefined acting for generations and continues to captivate audiences worldwide. 1. Sophie's Choice, 1982. Few performances in film history have reached the emotional depth and intensity of Meryl Streep's role in Sophie's Choice, 1982. As Sophie Zolostowski, a Polish immigrant living in post-war Brooklyn, Streep delivers a profoundly heart-wrenching portrayal of a woman haunted by unimaginable trauma and survivor's guilt. Directed by Alan J. Pakula, the film explores Sophie's complex and tragic past, as well as her relationship with Nathan, Kevin Kline, an unpredictable and mentally unstable lover, and Stingo, Peter MacNicol, a young Southern writer who becomes infatuated with her. While the film is a moving exploration of love, mental illness, and post-war displacement, it is ultimately a devastating examination of the lingering scars of World War II. What makes Streep's performance legendary is her complete transformation into Sophie, both physically and emotionally. She mastered a flawless Polish accent, switching seamlessly between English, Polish, and German, and carried herself with the grace, sorrow, and fragility of a woman burdened by unspeakable pain. Her facial expressions, particularly the deep sadness in her eyes, reveal Sophie's inner torment, even in moments of apparent happiness. The film's most iconic and gut-wrenching scene occurs in a Nazi concentration camp, where Sophie is forced to make the ultimate sacrifice, choosing which of her two children will live and which will die. This moment is one of the most harrowing and unforgettable in cinematic history, and Streep's performance is so raw, so devastatingly real, that it leaves an indelible mark on audiences. Her ability to convey pain, love, desperation, and resilience all at once cemented her status as one of the greatest actresses of all time. This performance earned her the Academy Award for Best Actress, and decades later, it remains one of the most powerful and haunting performances ever captured on film. 2. Kramer vs. Kramer, 1979. At a time when Hollywood narratives were largely dominated by male perspectives, Kramer vs. Kramer, 1979, delivered a groundbreaking and emotionally charged exploration of parenthood, divorce, and personal identity. The film's bold approach to gender roles and family dynamics was ahead of its time, and much of its emotional depth came from Meryl Streep's masterful portrayal of Joanna Kramer. Joanna is introduced as a woman who makes the painful decision to leave her husband, Ted, Dustin Hoffman, and their young son, struggling with an internal crisis of self-worth and identity. While her choice to walk away may seem controversial, Streep's nuanced performance humanizes Joanna, making her neither a villain nor a heartless mother, but rather a woman in desperate search of self-fulfillment in a world that often disregards women's emotional struggles. At a time when divorce was still a taboo subject, Streep's portrayal brought a layer of authenticity to the difficult choices that women, especially mothers, often face. What sets Streep apart in this role is her remarkable ability to balance strength and vulnerability. Joanna is not merely a one-dimensional antagonist. She is deeply conflicted, emotionally fragile, and yet incredibly resolute. Her return to fight for custody of her son is not an act of malice, but a reflection of her genuine love for her child and her belief that she can now be the mother he deserves. Streep's expressive eyes, restrained delivery, and deeply felt emotions make Jonah's pain tangible, forcing audiences to empathize with a character who could have easily been vilified. Her standout moment comes in the courtroom scene, where her tearful yet composed testimony peels back the raw, painful reality of motherhood, sacrifice, and self-doubt. This emotionally gripping moment not only solidified her screen presence, but also earned her the Academy Award for Best Supporting Actress. Even in a film led by powerful male performances, Streep's haunting and unforgettable portrayal proved that her presence was impossible to overlook. 3. Silkwood, 1983. Meryl Streep's gripping performance in Silkwood. In Silkwood, 1983, Meryl Streep delivers one of the most compelling performances of her career, portraying real-life whistleblower Karen Silkwood with unparalleled depth and authenticity. Directed by Mike Nichols, the film is a powerful expose on corporate corruption and the dangerous working conditions in the nuclear power industry, based on true events. Karen Silkwood was a worker at the Kerr-McGee plutonium plant in Oklahoma, where she became increasingly aware of unsafe radiation exposure levels and the company's negligence in protecting employees. As she begins to investigate the hazardous working conditions and the mysterious contamination of employees, Karen evolves from an ordinary blue-collar worker into a determined activist, risking everything to uncover the truth. What makes Streep's performance so riveting is her ability to capture Silkwood's transformation with emotional depth and raw realism. At the film's outset, Karen is depicted as a carefree, somewhat rebellious woman, focused on making ends meet and maintaining her personal relationships. However, as she unearths disturbing evidence about radiation poisoning and corporate cover-ups, she becomes a fearless crusader, willing to put her own safety, career, and personal life on the line to fight for justice. Streep's portrayal is gritty and deeply human, showcasing Karen's strength, vulnerability, and moral conviction. The way she navigates Karen's emotional journey, from skepticism to determination, from fear to defiance, is nothing short of masterful. Her quiet moments of contemplation, her outbursts of frustration, and her unwavering commitment to exposing the truth make for a captivating and deeply affecting performance. The film's tragic and ambiguous ending adds another layer of poignancy to Streep's performance. Karen's suspicious death in a car accident, which many believe was an intentional silencing by powerful forces, leaves a lasting impact, making Silkwood not just a biographical drama, but a haunting reminder of the risks whistleblowers take to expose corruption. Through Streep's nuanced and deeply empathetic performance, Karen Silkwood's courage and sacrifice are immortalized on screen, ensuring that her legacy as a fighter for justice and workers' rights is never forgotten. 4. The Devil Wears Prada, 2006. Meryl Streep as Miranda Priestley, a masterclass in nuanced acting. Meryl Streep's portrayal of Miranda Priestley, the icy and commanding editor-in-chief of a prestigious fashion magazine in The Devil Wears Prada, is nothing short of cinematic brilliance. In what could have been a stereotypical villain role, Streep crafts a character that is not only intimidating and ruthless, but also multifaceted and deeply human. Her performance transcends the cliches of the demanding boss archetype, turning Miranda into one of the most unforgettable characters in modern cinema. As the powerful yet enigmatic leader of Runway magazine, Miranda exudes authority without raising her voice or resorting to theatrics. Instead, she commands attention through subtle gestures, piercing glances, and a voice so measured that it leaves her employees trembling in fear. Her entrance into the office, marked by whispers, panicked employees, and the frantic rearrangement of desks and coats, immediately establishes her dominance. She is a woman who never needs to ask for respect. It is given to her by default. One of the most striking aspects of Streep's performance is her meticulous attention to detail. From her precise speech patterns to the effortless way she removes her coat and handbag, every movement is calculated and elegant, reinforcing Miranda's unshakable confidence. Her famous cerulean blue monologue, delivered in a calm yet razor-sharp tone, is a testament to her ability to control a scene with quiet intensity. Rather than shouting or overacting, she demolishes Andy Sachs, Anne Hathaway, ignorance about fashion with an icy, intellectual dissection of the industry's influence. However, Miranda is not merely a ruthless boss. Streep allows glimpses of her vulnerabilities and private struggles. The moment where Miranda, without makeup, quietly reveals the impending collapse of her marriage showcases the emotional weight she carries beneath her polished exterior. These rare moments of softness and exhaustion make her a compellingly complex character, rather than a one-dimensional antagonist. Meryl Streep's performance as Miranda Priestley earned her an Academy Award nomination and further cemented her reputation as one of the greatest actors of her generation. Through nuanced delivery, commanding presence, and subtle emotion, she transforms Miranda into a character who is both terrifying and mesmerizing, proving that true power doesn't need to be loud, it simply exists. 5. Mamma Mia, 2008. Meryl Streep's role as Donna Sheridan in Mamma Mia is a vibrant departure from her more intense, dramatic performances, proving her versatility as an actor. Based on the hit ABA musical, the film follows Donna as she prepares for her daughter Sophie's, Amanda Seyfried, wedding while unexpectedly reconnecting with three past lovers who could be Sophie's father. Unlike her traditional dramatic roles, Streep fully embraces comedy, music, and lighthearted fun, delivering an infectiously energetic performance that radiates warmth and charisma. One of the most remarkable aspects of this role is Streep's ability to make the audience feel deeply connected to Donna's journey. Whether she is delivering a heartfelt ballad like Slipping Through My Fingers or engaging in a high-energy performance of Dancing Queen, she fully commits to the role, making Donna feel relatable and deeply human. Her chemistry with the rest of the cast, particularly with Julie Walters and Christine Baranski, adds to the film's charm, making it a truly joyous cinematic experience. Streep's willingness to take on a musical role at this stage in her career showcases her fearless approach to acting. Despite being known for more serious, intense characters, she effortlessly transitions into singing, dancing, and comedic timing, proving that there is no genre she cannot conquer. This role introduced her to a new generation of fans, further solidifying her reputation as one of the most adaptable and charismatic performers in Hollywood. 6. The Bridges of Madison County, 1995. In The Bridges of Madison County, Meryl Streep delivers one of the most emotionally profound performances of her career as Francesca Johnson, an Italian war bride living in 1960s Iowa. When she meets Robert Kincaid, Clint Eastwood, a National Geographic photographer, a fleeting yet deeply passionate affair changes the course of her life forever. Unlike dramatic roles that rely on overt emotional expression, this performance is subtle, intimate, and heartbreakingly real. What makes Streep's portrayal so compelling is her ability to convey inner conflict without saying a word. As Francesca, she embodies a woman torn between her duties as a wife and mother and her desire for personal fulfillment. The way she gazes at Robert, the hesitation in her movements, and the way she touches the bridges he photographs. Every small detail is infused with authenticity and longing. Her accent, mannerisms, and expressions bring Francesca to life in a way that is both deeply personal and universally relatable. One of the film's most powerful moments comes in the rain-soaked farewell scene, where Francesca faces the impossible choice of leaving with Robert or staying with her family. Streep's performance in this scene alone is a masterclass in restrained emotion, leaving audiences devastated yet understanding of her character's decision. This role earned her an Academy Award nomination, further cementing her status as one of the greatest actors of her generation. 7. The Deer Hunter, 1978. In Michael Cimino's The Deer Hunter, a film exploring the devastating effects of the Vietnam War, Meryl Streep plays Linda, a woman caught in the emotional crossfire of war's aftermath. While her role is smaller compared to her later performances, her presence is undeniable, proving even in her early career that she had an unmatched ability to bring depth to any character. Linda represents stability and normalcy in a world shattered by war. She is the emotional anchor for Michael, Robert De Niro, one of 3 childhood friends who enlist in the Vietnam War and return as broken men. Streep's performance is delicate yet impactful, portraying Linda as a woman who loves deeply but struggles with the pain of seeing those around her change in ways she cannot control. Her ability to express deep emotions with minimal dialogue is what sets her apart in this role. The quiet strength she brings to the character makes Linda feel genuine and relatable. She is neither a traditional love interest nor a passive character. Instead, she represents the loss of innocence, the longing for normalcy, and the quiet suffering of those left behind. This performance, though less dramatic than some of her later roles, showcased Streep's early brilliance as an actor, foreshadowing the legendary career that was about to unfold. 8. Doubt, 2008. In Doubt, Meryl Streep takes on the formidable role of Sister Aloysius Bouvier, a strict and deeply principled Catholic school principal who becomes suspicious of Father Flynn, Philip Seymour Hoffman, suspecting him of inappropriate behavior with a student. This performance is one of her most complex and gripping portrayals, as she embodies a character driven by unyielding moral conviction, yet burdened by uncertainty. What makes this role particularly powerful is Streep's ability to create tension through subtle gestures and expressions. Sister Aloysius is a woman of absolute authority, yet Streep portrays her with layers of doubt and vulnerability, making her a far more nuanced character than a mere antagonist. Every glance, every pause, every carefully chosen word adds to the sense of unease and moral ambiguity that defines the film. The dynamic between Streep and Hoffman is electrifying, particularly in their heated confrontations, where power shifts back and forth in a battle of wills. One of the most unforgettable moments is the final scene, where Sister Aloysius, after standing firm in her beliefs throughout the entire film, finally breaks down and confesses, "I have doubts." A moment that humanizes her character in a deeply moving way. Streep's performance in Doubt earned her yet another Academy Award nomination, proving her unparalleled ability to bring complex characters to life with unrivaled precision and depth. 9. August, Osage County, 2013. Meryl Streep's portrayal of Violet Weston, the acid-tongued, pill-addicted matriarch in August, Osage County, is a tour de force of raw emotion and biting wit. Based on Tracy Letts' Pulitzer Prize-winning play, the film delves into the dysfunction of the Weston family, brought together by tragedy and torn apart by long-buried secrets. Streep's performance is electric. She embodies Violet with such venomous sharpness that she commands every scene she's in. Whether she's delivering cutting insults, exposing painful family truths, or descending into moments of vulnerability, her portrayal is as brutal as it is mesmerizing. One of the most unforgettable moments is the dinner table scene, where she effortlessly dominates the room, unleashing a torrent of scathing remarks and painful revelations. Her ability to balance dark humor with gut-wrenching emotional depth made this role one of her most commanding performances. This earned her yet another Academy Award nomination, further solidifying her reputation as one of the greatest living actors. 10. Out of Africa, 1985. In Out of Africa, Streep delivers a stunningly graceful performance as Karen Blixen, a Danish baroness and plantation owner in early 20th century Kenya. The film, based on Blixen's memoirs, chronicles her life in Africa, her marriage struggles, and her passionate but doomed love affair with hunter Denys Finch Hatton, Robert Redford. What makes this performance so remarkable is Streep's quiet, understated elegance. She embodies Karen with a natural dignity and resilience, making her transformation from an aristocratic woman to an independent, self-sufficient figure incredibly compelling. Her accent work, flawlessly capturing Blixen's Danish roots, adds another layer of authenticity. The breathtaking landscapes of Africa serve as a stunning backdrop for Streep's emotional journey, and her chemistry with Redford is palpable. This film earned her another Academy Award nomination, cementing her status as a leading lady who could carry epic romances as effortlessly as she did intense dramas. 11. Julie and Julia, 2009. Meryl Streep's portrayal of the legendary chef Julia Child in Julie and Julia is a delightful showcase of her comedic brilliance and charm. The film, which interweaves the stories of Julia Child's rise to fame and a modern-day food blogger, Amy Adams, who follows her recipes, captures Child's infectious enthusiasm for life and cooking. Streep transforms completely into Julia Child, from her distinctive voice and towering stature to her joyful and larger-than-life personality. Her performance is not just an impression. It's an embodiment of Child's warmth, resilience, and unwavering passion for food. Watching Streep throw herself into the role with such exuberance makes it impossible not to smile. Her chemistry with Stanley Tucci, who plays her devoted husband Paul, adds a heartfelt layer to the film, making it as much a love story as it is a celebration of Child's culinary legacy. This role earned Streep yet another Academy Award nomination, proving that she could dominate in both drama and comedy. 12. Into the Woods, 2014. In Into the Woods, Streep once again showcases her versatility by taking on the role of the witch in Stephen Sondheim's musical fairy tale adaptation. A role that demands powerful vocals, dramatic presence, and a deep emotional core. The witch is a character that is both menacing and sympathetic. Streep's performance is a masterclass in musical storytelling. She brings layers of complexity to the witch, portraying her not just as a villain, but as a tragic figure whose motivations stem from loss and desperation. Her show-stopping number, Stay With Me, is one of the most emotional moments in the film, showcasing both her vocal range and her ability to break hearts with a single song. Her transformation from a haggard, bitter woman into a glamorous sorceress is visually stunning, but it's her performance that truly makes the character unforgettable. This role earned her another Academy Award nomination, proving that her talent knows no bounds, even in musical theater. 13. The Iron Lady, 2011. Meryl Streep's portrayal of former British Prime Minister Margaret Thatcher in The Iron Lady is another testament to her uncanny ability to disappear into real-life figures. The film explores Thatcher's rise to power, her controversial political career, and her later years as she struggles with dementia. Streep delivers a powerhouse performance, capturing Thatcher's distinctive voice, mannerisms, and steely determination. What sets her portrayal apart, however, is the humanity she brings to the role. Instead of presenting Thatcher as just a political icon, she reveals the personal sacrifices, loneliness, and vulnerability beneath the ironclad exterior. Her portrayal was so convincing that even those who disagreed with Thatcher's politics couldn't deny the brilliance of Streep's performance. This role earned her a long-overdue third Academy Award, making her one of the few actors in history to win Oscars across multiple decades. Meryl Streep isn't just an actress, she's an institution. Her career has spanned over 4 decades, and she continues to take on roles that challenge and inspire audiences. Whether she's playing real-life historical figures, deeply troubled women, or whimsical and over-the-top characters, she always brings an authenticity that makes every performance unforgettable. Her ability to transform, her impeccable dedication to craft, and her emotional depth set her apart from her peers. She has inspired generations of actors and continues to be a force in the industry. What's your favorite Meryl Streep performance? Let us know in the comments. If you enjoyed this deep dive, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more cinematic insights. Until next time, keep celebrating the magic of film.